All right, having fun this week yet? Um, we got our sill plates put in, and I was working on floor joist, and I ran into a couple of little things. One, this corner back here was not matching up right. I don't know if it's something that I've done as I've been working through this or not. But take a look at yours, and you've got a little short wall right here, not very long, and then this one that goes across the back side of the kitchen. And if the wall portion, the stud wall, pokes through the brick in your plan views, you're going to have to modify that, and it doesn't show up in the 3D view. It just shows brick all the way around, but the wall joint didn't work. And what you'll have to do is select those walls and temporarily unpin them, both of these, and then use your wall join tool right here. And what I ended up having to, I tried different butts and squares, and the miter is the one that allowed it to work. It's not one that we would normally use, but it worked to make it look right. Okay, and then once you get those walls right, and let me just go to the first floor. You'll be able to notice it in your first floor view. The stud wall went through the brick. It was kind of weird. So make those changes and lock those two walls back. All right, another instance I found is right here in this little short wall between the laundry room and the against the garage. The floor did not cut that wall out for some reason. So the solution is to pop you a section view through there. Let's see, is this okay, this is one I can move. And I've already fixed it here, but what happened is that for some reason the stud wall was coming all the way down, the floor did not cut it out. So do the wall joins, the join command, just go join and choose the floor system and the wall system, and it should cut the wall system out so that our invisible floor sticks all the way through there. Okay. All right. Now then, let's go to our 3D view here. And I've turned off interior walls and all the doors. And what we're going to do is we're going to create our end joist and our header parts that go around the perimeter of the wood frame floor. And we're going to do this on our top of foundation wall structural plan, top of foundation wall. And you're going to need to load a beam family of the 2x10. So you can go here, load family, it's under the structural framing, wood, dimensional lumber, and choose the 2x10. We want to load that in. Okay, and then when you go to draw it and place it, and I've already drawn this one in, just to get my settings right. On top of the concrete walls, it goes on top of the sill plate. In the rest of the frame walls, it just goes through the frame wall. No big change there. I don't think we're going to have to make yet on those. So let me show you how we're going to do that. So we're going to go beam. We're going to choose our 2x10 and change our Z justification to bottom and 1.5 inch up because we're doing it on top of foundation wall level. We go 1.5 inches up on top of the sill plate. Okay, and I think we just leave that at origin, the Y justification at origin. And I think my offset was 0.25 inch. And then well, that's weird. It wouldn't snap to the outside edge of the wall a while ago. Let me try it here in the center. And let me just pull a short one out and see. Okay, so I guess it kind of depends on which wall we're dealing with. Let's go back and go Y justification to the left at 0. Okay, that's what we want. Well, not really. Maybe it's because I snapped to the end of that. Hey, well, you know. Okay, there's a way around everything, huh? All right. And we're going to pull it down to here, and we can align it with the, well, if we could snap on that, I guess we could. There we go. That got it. So there's one across there, and we'll go back to our 3D view, and you can see it. It's this little piece right here inside. So you want to turn your 3D view on and hide these walls so you can check it. And basically, we're going to go all the way around the outside edge of the building as far as, and then also across the garage walls here in the garage. So I'm going to pause my video and do that, and I'll come back. Okay, we're going to work on the floor joist now. And before we do that, we need to get, you need to go to your floor plan basement floor and put in 2 walls here in the basement underneath the stairwell of the first floor. I turned on the underlay for the first floor, and I put these 2 walls in, and they will be from basement floor 8 foot 9.5 inches tall. Or for some reason that one wouldn't connect the top. This one would connect the top. I don't know. It was weird. Or you can go top of foundation wall, add 1.5 inches. Okay, so you want to put those 2 in, and I made this one longer than what I know it needs to be. Same way on the other one. I made them both longer than they need to be because until we put our stairs in, we won't know exactly how long they need to be. And our drawings don't really give us an indication of how long they are. Just the location that they need to be underneath the walls on the first floor. So you want to put those in. You want to make sure your beams are in the right location. And I missed this beam over here when I was doing beams back in last week. So I had to add that one in. But you want to make sure the beams are in the right location to get them dimensioned and locked in place. Okay, now we need to, the drawing shows some double 2x10s up in the joist space. Okay, so I've got 2 of them in place here, so just so you can see what we're talking about. Let me pull a section back over. Where's my section? Here we go. So we've got a 2x10 that's up in our floor space. It sits on top of the sill plate on the beam that we have, and it's going to sit on top of the beam and on top of the wall. Okay, that's the wide flange beam there in the background. Okay, so to create those, what we're going to do is we will pull in, we're going to go structure, beam. We're going to bring in a 2x10. Okay, if you haven't loaded it yet, you need to load it. And it's going to be an Z justification bottom. It's going to be 1.5 inches up from top of foundation because it's sitting on top of the sill plates. Okay, and then I'm going to just kind of draw it because the drawings show this one going from beam to beam. Okay, and so I know it's going to be over this wall, but I'm going to draw it out. And I just kind of get it in place here. And I know here it's going to go to the center of the beam. And this is a weird thing. When we're dealing with beams, they want to connect automatically. It's like it doesn't realize that they're actually sitting on top of the other thing that it's sitting on top of. There we go. But you want to get it to snap to the center of the beam, not the edge of the web of the beam. Okay, so I'll get one in place. And now I want to copy it. Weird. Just make me a copy, and then I want to align the centers of them together. Okay, and now I want to align, I'm going to center these over the walls for right now because I don't know exactly how we're going to deal with that. Okay, now you're going to want to put in a single 2x10 joist, and I've just got these drawn in place here. And we're going to align them. They're going to be a 1/2 inch in from the wall. Let's see. Let's flip back over to our top of foundation wall floor plan view. No, we'll scratch that. We'll get back to here. Let's change our cut plane because I want to cut through this wall so I can see the actual core. I don't know. Can I get faces of core here? Yes. Okay, so I got faces of core. So I want to align them to the stairwell side core of the wall. That will be the support for the floor system around the stairwell. Okay. All right. The drawings don't say anything else, so we're going to go with that the way that that is shown. Okay. Now for the floor system. Let me come back and readdress this. When you're putting in this 2x10 around the perimeter, do your sketch and then come back and just drag a section view all the way around the building to make sure. We go to this one here. To make sure that your joist here is lined up with the outside edge of the wall sheathing. Okay. And now this one is sitting on top of a wall, so that's not going to show the sill plate. So let's go back, pull this down here to where we've got a sill plate. Okay, and now you can see that 2x10 end joist that we're putting on, the outside edge of it needs to line up with the sill plate. And with the exterior sheathing of your walls. Okay, so if any of those are not lined up right, you need to adjust them before we move ahead with the floor system. And that's all the way around the building. You want to get those right. Okay, the floor system. We're going to use a beam system to create these. We can create it, and then we have to come back and modify it. Now you're going to end up doing this in 4 passes because framing lumber is only 16 feet long, and they have to fit within our spans. So you're going to end up doing 4 operations of it. And I've got one done here. I'm going to I'll, I'm going to demonstrate on this little bitty one right here just to show you the steps, and then you just have to repeat them, okay? So we will go structure. Hang on, okay, this is going to cut me off before I get started on it. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this video and then start another one.